Good morning. Welcome to this Success Stories Sunday edition of Pronoia Mornings. I'm RJ Lang, and last night I watched The Secret finally. I hadn't seen it before. I've been teaching all the principles, and Jack Canfield, when I went to his live event, said if you haven't seen it, you have to see it. So last night at 8 o'clock, I said, Monica, would you watch The Secret with me? She says, I've seen it. I said, great. All right, well, she goes, why don't you watch it in the bedroom? So about probably 10 minutes into it, she's like, would you shut up? Like, quit talking during the movie. I'm like, I know, I'm just so excited because this is the things that I teach, or things that I've learned about through the 45 or 70 books that I've been reading on personal development. It's what everybody teaches, right? It's the exact same thing over and over. And once it starts to filter in your mind, and once you take that perspective and that paradigm and you use it, it works. And let me give you some examples because it is Success Story Sunday. So on Friday, we were going to Costco. Monica said, hey, I want wine and chips. And I was like, okay, I can provide that for you. Why didn't I go? You take care, put Georgia to bed, and I'll run to the store. What I didn't know is that I didn't have my Costco card and I didn't have my debit card. So I had, oh, can you see that up there? It's a deer in front of the Tap Teal Apartments. It's about right there. Maybe you can't see it. Anyway, pretty cool. So that happens to us often, fish jump and cool stuff happens. So going back to the law of attraction, which The Secret is all about. So I pull into Costco and just using my intuition. And once you start tapping into your paradigm and start to use your intuition, you'll find that you're a miracle worker. Like, the Costco parking lot is full. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna find that perfect parking spot. Not to get greedy, but just to follow my intuition and know where one's gonna end up. And I'm gonna be right in front. And so I pull down this aisle and say, you know what? I've never been to that side. I wanna take a chance and go to that side. So I roll in right in front, and guess what? Somebody has their lights on pulling out. Weird. So I pull into the parking spot and I'm just like grateful. I'm like, wow, that totally works. And that's not the first times it happens. So I go and think about the times that that's happened to me before. So a week and a half earlier, and it seems to be like Fridays are the days where I can use this law best, or quickest, I guess. It'll manifest quicker. So what happens is, I was looking for a new phone and I said, you know what? I really like Google. I think they're a great company and it'll probably make a good product. So the Google Pixel 1 was on sale. And I was like, well, you know what? Why don't I wait until they come out with one that they fix all of the situations or the glitches that happened in the first one, like happened with the iPhone. And so I did, and guess what? About 3 days to 5 days later, they came out with the Google Pixel 2, and they came out with an awesome deal on it. So I was like, oh yes. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. You've provided this for me, the opportunity. Now I'm going to get to the three different steps in order to use the law of attraction, and which they go through. But keep this in mind, that I asked for it. I believed that I needed a new phone and I could have it. And then I was ready to receive it. So those are the 3 steps. I'll go in a little bit further. But I'm going to go back a little bit further. When I was in Lake Chelan and started these Pronoia Mornings, I always watched Darren Daily. For the last year and a half, I've been watching Darren Daily every morning that he does them, which is Monday through Friday. So I made it a goal. Right before we left Lake Chelan, I said, hey, I'm going to get on the Darren Daily show. He has never had anybody on, and I'm starting these videos, and I'm going to be the first one on. So what does he do a week later that I had no idea? Nobody had any idea. He released the anniversary edition to where you do your own Darren Daily and you provide it to the Hardy team, the Darren Hardy team, and they get to pick who goes onto the show. I was like, wow, this is awesome. How did this opportunity land in my life? And then what I did is I received it. I went out and Ernie Flowers helped me put together an awesome production, and we sent it out. And what I was grateful for was the opportunity to allow myself to get there, right? I could have been on the Darren Hardy show. It was that opportunity. Did I try hard enough? I don't know. Obviously, I didn't win, but that's not the point. The point is that that opportunity was created by my thoughts, right? Because it was in my vision that was going to happen, right? My goal. And it still could happen. But that was like immediate. It was like, hey, this opportunity is available. What do you have to do? Be ready to receive it. Go out and get it. Take action, right? If you're dreaming about this dream woman, all of a sudden you see it, and you see her, and she's single, and she's sitting at the bar, and she's the one. You know it. You feel it. It's your intuition, right? Because you've asked for it, and you believe that you can have it. If you don't go up there and talk to her and say, hey, give her something good, then you've missed out on the opportunity, and you're not ready to receive it. So that is how the law of attraction works. And that's what The Secret is all about, is asking for what you want. And asking for what you want is first knowing what you want. So to determine what you want, you have to figure out your passions, your desires, not egocentrically, but filled with love, filled with freedom, filled with support and relationships, right? So be gratitude, be full of love. It can't be based out of hate, fear, regret, that you want or need something. So first is ask. The second is believe. So if you ask for something and you don't believe that you can have it, say that awesome car, that awesome boat, that great house, that paycheck, that job, then what you can do is use different principles in order to make yourself believe. So in order to make yourself believe, you have to use visions, you have to use visualization, you also have to use affirmation so that your subconscious is working for you, right? You can consciously say, hey, I want that, but if you don't consciously and subconsciously believe that you can't get to the next step, which is be ready to receive. And we talked a little bit about that. So on belief, you have to believe that you're able to get what you ask for, right? So that was step 2. All right, step 3 is you need to be ready to receive. So when it shows up, when the opportunity presents itself, and it will, you have to be ready to take action immediately, because the universe will reward people who are timely and will take action and will go after the things that they want or the things that they've requested, right? If you order from a waiter, let's say a big steak, right? It takes a while for the steak to cook, and then it's perfectly done and it's put in front of you. And all of a sudden you change your mind and you're like, oh, well, I'm full. I filled up on hors d'oeuvres, so I don't think I want this steak anymore. Okay, great. They take it back, right? Or if it's starting to come out and you get tired and you say, well, this relationship the date that you're on, this relationship isn't working out, I'm walking out. You don't get the steak. You asked for it. You believe that you can have it, but you weren't ready to receive it, right? So be ready to receive it, then be grateful for it, and more of it will come to you. I'm RJ Lang, and you already know that. It's not what I say or do, but the way I assist in making you feel and help you use the law of attraction and your success principles in order to make your life better.